It's 20 minutes before 9 o'clock. I am Clayton Neville, and this is Double Talk, brought to you by ETMC Equipment. And joining me in studio this morning is Constable-elect and Commandant-elect, is what we can call it, for the Marine Corps League in Mineola, Kelly Smith, and Keith Irwin with the Green Zone under the direction of the Andrews Center. Keith, Kelly, we appreciate you guys coming in today.
Sure. Appreciate your invite.
So, Kelly, what we're doing is talking about the Marine Corps League in Mineola, a little bit about what you guys offer, and an event coming up this week. Tell us about the Marine Corps League and about this event featuring Keith as the speaker.
Well, Clayton, we have about 30 members in the post. We do an event for Toys for Tots every year. We also have a Marine Corps League Ball, which is an annual event for the Marine Corps birthday. We support our veterans and their spouses. If they're going through hard times or what have you, we often offer them assistance as needed. We have a meeting every month. It's on the third Tuesday of every month, and it's at the American Legion building about 3 miles east on Highway 80. And we also have a Facebook page, and we keep everybody updated on our Facebook page on the Marine Corps League Mineola Detachment is the Facebook page title. So if you can visit that, we keep everyone updated. We also have a spouse lunch every month. We meet at various different locations of restaurants in town, either in Mineola equipment area, and just offer everybody some fellowship to come out, kind of the esprit de corps we keep going, the Marine Corps. The most important thing is the fact that it's not just for Marines. It's for all veterans and all civilians alike. It's just the ones that we want to come out and support our veterans.
So is this limited to veterans, or do you say civilians too? Or do you have to be a veteran to be involved in the Marine Corps League?
Absolutely not. We invite everybody to come, veterans, their families, and even if you didn't have the opportunity to serve for whatever reason, we invite you to come out, because civilians just the same. If they can come out and support our veterans. We have officers installed at the post that are civilians. So the Marine Corps League is a little bit different in that respect. We invite everybody to come, and it's not Marine Corps specific. We have in our officer rank Air Force, we have Navy, Army, just alike. And it's impressive to be out there, and especially be offered the opportunity to be commandant of that post, in that we have an Iwo Jima Marine there. I won't mention his name because he's very humble, but we have a lot of, the upper echelon of brass. We have colonels. It's just neat to sit back and hear what I call the real veterans, the ones that have been there on the beaches of Iwo. That's impressive to
So at these meetings, of course, you'll get to meet the other members, and also an opportunity to talk about the upcoming events that you guys have and the fundraisers and way you reach the community. But also you've got speakers like tomorrow.
Yes, we do. Keith's going to come out and bless us with his presence out there and explain to us what his organization has to offer, and it's for veterans. And when we get that information out to the community, then it just gives us a better opportunity to help our veterans out. The meeting is at 6 for food and fellowship, and then the actual meeting itself with the installation of officers tomorrow night starts at 7 p.m.
And again, where is the meeting?
It's at the American Legion building, which is about 3 miles east of Mineola on Highway 80. It's a big blue building, says American Legion on the front.
Now, for those wanting to be involved in the Marine Corps League that aren't and that are listening to this now, is the best way to start to show up to one of the meetings?
Absolutely.
And so tomorrow night would be your first opportunity to do so. Do you have any contact information, or do they just need to show up to the weekly meetings?
Just show up to, it's actually a monthly meeting. It's the third Tuesday of every month. But the best way to do it is get on our Facebook page. That is our #1 communication venue that we use. I know some people don't do Facebook, and once you show up, we get your email address. We keep you posted with email notifications and things like that.
Again, that's the third Tuesday of every month at the American Legion, 3 miles east of Mineola on Highway 80. And I want to speak with Keith Irwin now. He's with Green Zone under the direction of the Andrews Center, and he will be the speaker tomorrow night at the American Legion for the Marine Corps League. Keith, we appreciate you coming in.
Sure.
Tell us what Green Zone is and how you guys are affiliated with the Andrews Center.
Sure. The Green Zone is a Tyler's resource center for veterans. It's a drop-in center where veterans can come and get resourced in any type of need that they have. They come through the door, and we call ourselves Vets Helping Vets. And what happens is we identify their immediate need, and then how to resource that need, and then do what we can to reduce the gap between the resource and the need. We used to call ourselves Tyler's best kept secret, but I think the word's finally getting out, and veterans are coming by, and so it's a drop-in center to resource vets, basically.
And what are some of the resources that these veterans need or that they're looking for?
Absolutely. What we do is we have groups that cover such topics as reintegration back into civilian life, and marital and family issues, financial and legal assistance. A lot of them come to us with PTSD and TBI, that's post-traumatic stress disorder, if you're wondering what that acronym means, or traumatic brain injuries, and help them with treatment, depression, anxiety, anger, suicide problems, and alcohol, substance abuse, just on and on and on. We help them with education, we help them with job training. Some of them are homeless, VA claims, benefits, just a whole myriad of different things that they would want, or different things that they would need as they come to us.
And you talk about the word starting to get around. How long have you guys been doing this?
We've been doing it since 2010. Our government, there here in Texas, decided we needed a drop-in center in all the major cities, and there's 38 of us coordinators across Texas, and the Texas Veterans Commission trains us. My salary is paid by the Andrews Center, so it's not through the Texas Veteran Commission, but it's the Texas Veteran Commission that trains us and to run these drop-in centers. We're located at 512 West Charnwood in the downtown Azalea district there in Tyler. And so what we're doing is working with 5 different counties to not necessarily establish another building like the green zone in these counties, but work with agencies within the counties to set up some of the same services. Like right here in Wood County, we've got the VSO, Melissa Laurent, and then Holly Lake Veterans Center, Roger Yowell, and then the Holly Lake Veterans Association, Greg Demko, that we call a command team. And so locally here in Wood County, they're our hands-on, they're our boots on the ground, and to help vets in this particular area.
So your office serving a large portion of East Texas, Wood County certainly on the map, and what are the other 4 counties that you cover?
It's Rains, Henderson, Van Zant, and Smith.
Okay, Rains, Henderson, Van Zant, Smith, and Wood counties.
That's right.
Being served by the Green Zone, and you guys are right there in the Azalea District. So a lot of people wonder, well, where does the money come from? And you talk about being involved with the Texas Commission. Is that where the majority of the money comes for not only your salary, but for all the resources?
Well, actually, no. My salary comes from the Andrews Center.
The Andrews Center.
Which is separate from Texas Veteran Commission. Right. And we get monies to serve the vets. We do an annual golf tournament once a year, and then we've got VFW clubs, we've got Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, those type of service clubs that donate money to us on a monthly basis. So, and then just donations that come in, just personal donations. So the Andrews Center pays for my salary and the place where we're at, but every dime given, every donation given by these clubs and these groups and VFW Post and American Legions, every dime, every dollar goes right to a vet. It doesn't go to buy carpet or pay my salary or anything like that. It goes directly to helping vets. And we have 2 streams of veterans basically that we serve. The first stream is anybody coming out of active military, so any branch, and they're coming back into civilian life, and they need schooling, they need housing, they need medical assistance. And so we do what we can to service them and help them out any way we can. That's the one stream. We're getting families, getting a serviceman or a woman reacclimated back into civilian life. The other stream of vet that we help is, believe it or not, 1 out of every 3rd person on the street that is homeless is a veteran. And so they come to us homeless, and we have 2 houses that house 27 veterans, or 26 beds about, and we have a program that we can let them be a part of for 90 days, and it gets them their feet back up. We get them jobs, we get them apartments once they get through the program, and we get them from being homeless. There in our counties, and we have a 93% success rate right now. It's one of the best programs in Texas about taking a veteran that is homeless, and then once he finishes our program, he doesn't go back into another program or go back onto the street. So those are the 2 streams of veterans that we help. And I think at large people know this, but the suicide rate among veterans is just It's 50%, believe it or not, higher than the national average of suicide rate. They say 22 is the number, but Texas and California was not included in that poll. So I think it'd be safe to say, 25 and above, maybe 27 a day commit suicide, veterans. And the reason a veteran is more successful is because they train us with guns. They train us in weaponry. And if a man or a woman that's a vet decides to take their life, they know what they're doing as far as how to do it. So that's tragic, but yet it's a stat that is staggering, that makes my job real rewarding on a daily basis, knowing that I can help a vet out of this depth of depression and get his or her feet back up on solid ground.
Well, it just demonstrates that these resources are a need in the community and really throughout the entire country, but especially here in East Texas.
Absolutely.
We're speaking this morning with Keith Irwin. He's with Green Zone through the Andrews Center. This is Double Talk, brought to you by ETMC Equipment. It's 10 minutes before 9 o'clock. So resources certainly needed, and the best way to allow those resources to serve the community is through donations. And you talk about the different programs like Kiwanis, American Legion, the Lions Club, and things like that. It's part of your job to reach out to those different clubs and communities. Is that right?
Absolutely. If there's program directors out there listening, all they need to do is call the Green Zone, ask for me, and get me scheduled to come in. I would love to come and explain our program to them. Our phone number is 903-593-8965 there at the Green Zone.
And donations are a big part of this. Educating people as to the problem is another huge part.
Absolutely.
Now, you need volunteers, I know, as well.
We do. We do. We can take volunteers from 8 to 80, is what I say. And we have an 82-year-old man right now that is signing up to volunteer. Come answer the telephone. Just be there to listen to vets as they drop in. We have approximately 200 a month that come through our center. And if you could just come and volunteer there on site, there's some things that we can definitely give you jobs to do, and sitting down with a vet and just listening to their story is the beginning. So just sit and have a cup of coffee and eating a cookie sometimes is a great way to volunteer. We also, once a veteran comes through our program and has been successful, as far as setting them up in an apartment, we need things donated. And people come by and drop off donations all the time, from clothing to Mr. Coffee to bedding, and just anything that a vet would be able to have and use as he or she is starting out all over again.
And so the process for veterans is to go into the center and then communicate with you and your staff as to what their needs are and how they can be fulfilled.
That's right. Yeah.
And again, tomorrow night, you can learn a lot more. We've only spoken for a couple minutes about things, but tomorrow, through the Mineola Marine Corps League, you'll be really getting into the issues. Is
Absolutely.
That right?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. And looking forward to it, as a matter of fact.
So you talk about the age groups. Are there any limitations as far as who can volunteer, or you guys welcome anybody and everybody?
Anybody and everybody. They don't have to be a vet in order to help vets, just in the same way with the Marine Corps.
Again, you'll hear a lot more from Keith Irwin tomorrow night with the Green Zone through the Andrews Center at the Marine Corps League monthly meeting. And Kelly, if you will, remind everybody again about the meeting tomorrow.
It's the third Tuesday of every month. Tomorrow, our food and fellowship starts at 6, so you're welcome to come at 6. Just visit with the members. And then at 7 o'clock, the meeting will start off. We'll have a short installation of officers with our formal meeting, and then Keith will be our speaker. So there again, if you'll visit us on the Marine Corps League Mineola Detachment Facebook page, we'll keep you updated with those.
Again, that's tomorrow at the American Legion, 3 miles east of Mineola on Highway 80. Kelly Smith, Keith Irwin, we appreciate you guys so much for coming in and sharing with us today.
You bet. Thanks for having us, Clayton.
That's tomorrow night with the Mineola Marine Corps League at the American Legion at 6 o'clock on Highway 80. This has been Double Talk. It's 6 minutes now before 9. Double Talk brought to you by ETMC Equipment.